Hey everyone, Mike Rondo coming to you from, well, his podcast studio, which is still in a disarray. You can see I got boxes or crates, what do you call those? Totes, filled with crap I haven't seen in 100 years. The bookshelf is up. I'm still working on that. Some things going on over here. So I apologize for the mess. It will get straightened out at some point this year. I have no idea when. But anyway, today's video, I'm going to talk about cameras and me getting back into photography because now normally I do videos geared towards a particular subject. I'm not going to name it here for this video. I'm not monetized, so I could say it. I just don't want to do it, just so this goes out a little further than it normally does on one of my videos. With that being said, at some point, I'm sure I'm going to get striked with something, or YouTube's going to say you can't do this or that. So I'm trying to sprinkle in different content and different interests that I have. And like you, I'm not a person that has just one thing that he's into, right? There's various things that I'm into. Now, I started out doing BMX, getting back into BMX because that was something I really loved doing when I was a kid and a teenager. However, that's been on hold since about August because I hurt my knee and my back. So I'm working on getting that. So that'll eventually get back on the channel. I was going to make a second channel, but I decided to just leave it here. Mike Rondo, this is what I do. All these crazy things. So that being said, one of the things I used to do back in the day, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, mostly to 99. 2000, 2001, I kind of was really fizzling out of photography, but I went to a local college, community college here in Rhode Island, and I took photography just for fun because I always had that imaginary dream of wanting to be a wildlife photographer, Nat Geo type of stuff. And I took the class and I kind of fell in love with it. And I was in the doc room quite a bit, and I love shooting film. I love developing black and white film, all those things. And I was getting decent at it. I was plugging along, and then life happened, 1999. That's a story for another day. But mostly I got my job that I'm working at. I've been there for 25 years, and that kind of just sucked the life out of wanting to do photography for some reason, which makes no sense. But recently, for some reason, and you know, I've used cameras over the last 25 years with podcasting and YouTube, obviously, but they're not photo-centric kind of cameras. So I kind of got, I don't know why it happened, but I got into some videos I stumbled upon, and it's not like I haven't seen camera videos before. I have. It's just, I don't know, for some reason I was like, you know what? I miss taking pictures for some reason. It just kind of clicked. And one of the things I stumbled upon was taking Polaroids or Instax, instant film, if you will. And I got, for some reason, I got the Mint TLR camera, which I haven't used a lot. I just kind of fell in love with it. I'm like, wow, this is cute. I'll just kind of get it and just, you know, because at the end of like 1999, I was doing medium format 120 film, and I used a TLR, and I loved it. It was like my favorite camera. So I'm like, oh, I'll get this. I'll just play around and, you know, go from there. And then it turned into a snowball effect because, you know, as YouTube goes, down the rabbit hole you go. And then I got this one here, the Lomo glass, wide glass, and I've used this quite a bit. I'll get into that again someday. But while I was doing that, I stumbled upon some slides, some film and stuff. I got this film right here. I haven't even developed, so God only knows what's on it. This is this? Yep, this is well. I have no idea what's on here. I'm gonna guess zoo animals from Roger Williams Park, New Hampshire, or Chase Farm. That's a local farm around here. But I found my camera right here. This is the one I was using before I quit. And of course, there's a big telephoto lens on here. Well, not a big telephoto lens. It's just a zoom lens, really. This is all I could afford at the time, and I used this to capture some stuff. So it was great to find this one. Now, I got to find my original EOS Rebel. I was a Canon guy. Rebel G, I think it was. G2 or something like that. That is somewhere in this house. I don't know where it is, but I will find it. But in any case, I found that. I was excited, and it works. So I'm really excited about that. Hold on, let me put this back up. So I'm really excited. That works. Then I found the camera here, my first digital, which I got back in 2004, 5, 6, or 7. I was trying to get back into photography once again, and this does not work yet. I got new batteries for it and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe I dropped it or something. I don't know. It's been in the shed. Actually, it's been in the house and it doesn't work. The original one there, that Canon has been in the shed for like 12, 13 years. But that one works. And of course, again, because I like medium format, I got a Yashica Mac 124G, which I haven't shot yet. I plan on shooting at some point, and you'll see adventures, because I'm going to do some photo adventures, really. I got to figure out how I'm going to film that yet. I tried one a couple of weeks ago that didn't work out so well. I was very aggravated. Of course, there was a lot of people around, and, you know, it just didn't work out well. But in any case, this is pretty cool. I think the shutter is got to get fixed on this. I don't know. We'll see. But I found that, picked that up. And, of course, I was still working on the Polaroid stuff because I like working with Polaroids or Instax because it's challenging, because it's not my typical stuff that I would do. I'm used to film photography or digital photography. That's kind of I'm pretty comfortable with that. Polaroid, I haven't shot a Polaroid since like 1986. And Instax is pretty decent. It's similar, but not quite. It's a different kind of film. But the Polaroid I hadn't shot in ages. And so I decided, well, I'm going to get this, the Polaroid i2, which you can set up your focus, not your focus, your manual exposure. It's got all these doodads on there. It's pretty cool. I've only used this a handful of times. I decorated, of course, give you guys a look. There's Skelly from Social D, because I'm a Social D fan, so I put some stickers on just to make it some character, so I know it's mine. I updated to the new firmware, because if you leave it in auto, it overexposes and whatnot. I seem to still have that problem, but this is more of a me issue than anything else with this camera. So in any case, you're going to see a lot of videos with this one, not so much that one. I don't even know if I'm going to try to shoot my old camera with the film, just for the shits and giggles, I guess. But this is an interesting camera to work with. I really like the multi-exposures. I haven't had much success with it, but it's pretty cool. And then strange thing, the rollers were dirty when I first got it. I had to clean the rollers, which is what pushes the film out for those that don't know. And I don't know, it still kind of overexposes in auto. I have to drop it down a stop or two or whatever it is. That seems to work. But anyway, the main thing, the thing that I got really hooked on, I went down a rabbit hole. Again, YouTube, it's like they're selling you everything under the sun, and when you get an idea in your head, you kind of just jump on it. And so what I got is this, the Fuji X-T5. And this branding, I'm going to do something with this. I don't like branding. As a matter of fact, the lens hood that I have on here doesn't have any, other than that, doesn't have any branding or badging or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have to get rid of that because I just want all black, kind of stealthy. But I got this camera because I fell in love with the Fujifilm stuff, because there's Fujifilm recipes. Like, you can set up, I'm trying to do this in layman terms, or the simplest way I can explain it for even myself, is you have film simulations. And one of them, and this is why I got hooked, is because back in the day, as you can see, these are all my slide boxes. I got like 1 million slide boxes of mostly wildlife. But I used to shoot on, I don't know what this is. This is like a porcupine. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, I used to use slide film a lot near the tail end of my career, if you will, in the 90s. And Kodachrome 64 is one of my favorite all-time films. And there's a simulation for it. And I was like, well, I just got to do it. So I got the camera yesterday, the other day, and I've been playing around with it. This is a lot of complex things, because I'm used to like the Sony camera that I have here, and even the Canon stuff I'm very familiar with. So that's kind of, even if they put new stuff in there, I kind of know where to go and whatnot. But this has got a lot of options, and I got to figure all that out stuff. And I've been watching videos constantly and whatnot. So I decided to get back into photography mostly because I like the film simulations. And to be honest, as much as I love film, digital is kind of, easier on life. Like if you're traveling, I don't have to bring film and have it x-rayed, all that. Well, not that I'd have it x-rays, but I don't have to have them separate and, do all those things and stuff. So it makes life easier if you're traveling and whatnot. And I love the film simulations. There are other cameras that do it as well. I was like, I got to go with Fujifilm for some reason, and that's what I did. And I liked this camera, and I liked what they said about it. People were saying about it, so I went with it. Now, as far as digital versus film, I remember in '99, actually back in the '90s, when I was in the darkroom learning my craft, if you will. I do miss doing that stuff. I remember saying at the time, like, and that was the time when even Photoshop was just coming into play, and I was dabbling in that. So that's why I wasn't had a bad reaction to like digital. I was kind of like, oh, well, because I'm kind of curious and I like to explore. So digital, I always thought back then in the 90s, like, oh, digital will never be what film is. It's like too sharp, it's too computery like, it's just, it doesn't seem, I don't want to say uncanny valley kind of stuff, but like it just wasn't, it didn't do for me. Film has that smoothness, that graininess, that, I don't know, that charm that I love. And I still love. But life has moved on from that. And digital cameras are so much better than they were back when I was fooling around and stuff. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I'm not taking it too seriously this time around. Like last time when I first started, I had visions of being a wildlife photographer for Nat Geo and everything. I thought it was going to be like the next Art Wolf. He's a famous photographer, wildlife photographer, you know. And of course, Ansel, my big influence back in the day was Ansel Adams, this book here. Back when I was doing black and white photography, and which I will be doing again. This camera is pretty neat. It's got nice black and white features on here too, with the film simulations and stuff like that. But you know, it's not the real McCoy, but it makes life easier. So I'll do both. Like, film is expensive on top of it these days, but like I said, I got my Yashica and I got my old camera. It'll be fun to do those. So I'm not taking it serious. So I'll be shooting a lot of JPEG. I know that's like a sin to like the pros and all that stuff, and even semi-pros or people that take it really serious. I'm not taking it seriously. Like that's the joy of the Polaroid, is I can have fun, goof around, come up with some crazy stuff. Same thing with this. Like I've noticed, like I've been watching a lot of street photography and other travel photography and stuff, and a lot of the images, they're awesome. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome, but a lot of it's the same kind of composure, like composing the same kind of shot, which I get. But for me, I'm not going to take it too seriously. I'm going to try to do things differently. One of the joys back in the day when I was in the dark room was, you know, and even not even the dark room, just out shooting, especially with my black and white, was just being like a mad scientist, just trying anything and everything under the sun. Some of it was successful. Most of it was not. I even have like, these are some of the prints that I still have left in my old portfolio thing here. Look at this. I got an old Hunts advertisement in here. I don't know why, to be honest, but some of these, I'll show you a few of them. They're not great, especially, of course, where the hell are they? Oh, here we go. If I can get this working. So I'll show you a few. This is one of them. This is the snow leopard at Roger Williams Park Zoo. I was trying to do something. It's not really that focused. That lens I had was not the greatest, not the sharpest, because it was kind of a budget lens. And then, of course, flamingo. The snake was probably my favorite one. I love that one. I got in really close on his eye. I like that. I had a thing for animal eyes for some reason. Like I was trying to look into their soul. And of course the zebra shot. This is from Chase Farm. And one more from Chase Farm. And again, this is on Kodachrome 64, which I love that film. Great stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting back out and trying all this stuff. And, you know, it'll break up, you know, when I go for a walk, I'll go for my little photo walks and stuff. And of course, here we have some of my, like this is Instax stuff. I don't know where the Polaroid is, but I haven't got anything. Here's a little shed, Solitude, Instax. Here's a multi-exposure I was kind of working on. My Star Wars pinball machine, I was kind of fooling around there. Didn't come out really that well. Let's see. I'm dropping everything. Here's a few Polaroids, but nothing great. Here's my turntable. Me just practicing with the shot. I like the black border ones, so it's all about fun for me now. I don't expect to be, you know, a famous photographer or whatever. It's just about fun, experimenting, going for my walks, seeing things in a different perspective, and sharing that with all of you guys. So you'll see some photo walks coming up. I don't know when. I'm hopefully soon. The weather's got to get better. It is today. Today's pretty good. It's 50, rainy, kind of. So that'll be coming. I look forward to doing that. Just something different on the channel. I know a lot of you are looking forward to seeing the typical content, and that'll still happen to a degree, probably less and less, and whatnot. But anyway, I just thought I'd share, let you guys know what the hell I'm doing. I'm getting back into photography, just so like when you guys check on the channel, you'll be like, what is this? But I think most of you know that. I've been saying this for months, like there's going to be other things and stuff. So actually, I think I've been saying it for like a year and a half that I'm going to mix things up, and I haven't really done that because, well, I'm in a bit of a funk. But anyway, I guess that's going to do it for this video. I don't want to go on too long. I just wanted to share this for a moment and let you guys know I'm around. I haven't abandoned the channel. I'm not going to abandon the channel, but life happens and stuff. So in any case, I'll catch you guys on the next one.